Denver's polished downtown conference room crackles with tension as Ava Mitchell, 38, steps into her father Henry Mitchell's will reading, her son Lucas, 10, gripping her hand tightly. Before she can sit, her sister Laura, sharp in a navy suit, cuts through the silence. "She'll get nothing. Dad despised her." The words sting like ice, and Uncle George, puffing cigar smoke, sneers, "Even her kid knows she's a failure." Ava's journal, nestled in her purse, holds a silver charm from her mother, its "Stand Tall" inscription, a faint spark against the family's cold glares. Cousins, old friends, all nodding in scorn. Ava guides Lucas to a far chair, Laura's venomous smile slicing deeper. "You're erased from the will, Ava. Dad said you were dead to him." As Ava's heart falters, Lucas whispers, "Wait, Mom," his calm eyes hinting at a secret. Lawyer Edward Hayes enters, folder in hand, as Denver's skyline gleams outside, signaling a battle brewing. Don't miss Ava's stunning turnaround. Subscribe and hit the bell for stories of courage and truth that'll ignite your spirit. Denver's trendy low-do district hums with life as Ava Mitchell, 30, flees an abusive marriage, her toddler son Lucas in tow, to carve out a quiet existence as a freelance graphic designer in a modest apartment filled with secondhand furniture and her vibrant sketches. Her journal, a constant companion, holds a silver charm from her late mother, engraved with "Stand Tall," and a detailed sketch of her father Henry Mitchell's mountain cabin, captioned "Forever," a relic of happier times when Henry praised her childhood art. But those memories are overshadowed by 8 years of estrangement, sparked when Ava left her husband, defying Henry's rigid mantra, "Family doesn't quit." His response was brutal, shutting his door on Ava and 2-year-old Lucas, his silence a wall she couldn't breach. Her sister Laura, ever the dutiful daughter, stayed by Henry's side, weaving a narrative of Ava's betrayal that became family gospel. Ava abandoned them, couldn't handle responsibility, ran from duty. Uncle George, Henry's older brother, amplified the scorn, his cigar-stained voice echoing Henry's disdain with phrases like, "Blood is loyalty," and "Don't come crawling back." Family gatherings, once warm with holiday lights, turned into minefields, Laura's sharp tongue slicing through Ava's attempts to explain, George's smirks branding her an outsider. Ava's journal logs those years, Laura's icy stares, George's mocking laughs, and the cousins who turned away, their silence as cutting as words. Denver's towering Rockies, visible from her balcony, stand as a symbol of endurance. But Ava's hope frays, her mother's charm the only tether to her worth. 8 years later, a cryptic envelope arrives 3 days after Henry's funeral. No note, just the date, time, and address of the will reading in lawyer Edward Hayes's formal script. Ava hesitates, the memory of Laura's venom at the funeral. "You don't belong here," stinging like a fresh wound. She considers tossing the invitation, believing it's a mistake or a final jab. But Lucas, now 10, with wisdom beyond his years, changes her mind. Sitting at their thrift store table, his soft eyes meet hers. "We should go, Mom. You deserve to know what Grandpa thought." His certainty, paired with the journal's cabin sketch, stirs a flicker of hope. Maybe Henry left a sign, a word, a gesture of regret. Ava agrees, pulling out the black dress she wore to her mother's funeral, its fabric heavy with grief. She braids Lucas's hair the morning of the reading, her hands trembling as she recalls Henry's rare smile when she gifted him a drawing at 12, a mountain scene he hung in his study. That memory clashes with his later rejection, Laura's claim that Ava was dead to him, and George's taunts about her failure. Denver's bustling 16th Street Mall, where Ava once pitched designs, feels distant as she prepares to face the family that erased her. Laura's role as Henry's caretaker, flaunted at every reunion, painted her as the saint, while Ava's choice to protect Lucas from abuse was twisted into cowardice. George's loyalty to Henry's rigid code, family above all, meant Ava's departure was treason, her motherhood dismissed. The journal's "Stand Tall" charm, rubbed smooth by years of worry, grounds her as she dresses Lucas in a button-up he picked himself, his small voice calling her beautiful despite her sleepless night. Denver's urban pulse, mixed with its mountain soul, whispers of resilience, but Ava feels the weight of returning to a room where she's already been buried. The cabin sketch, with its "forever" caption, holds a faint promise. But Laura's navy suit, George's cigar, and the family's cold nods loom large. Ava's sister's warning years ago, "They'll never forgive you," echoes, but Lucas's hand in hers, warm and steady, counters it. The charm's inscription, glowing under morning light, is a quiet call to face the past. As they drive to the reading, Denver's skyline rises, a city of second chances, and Ava senses a truth waiting, her journal. A map of a family's betrayal, the cabin sketch and charm her anchors in a fight she didn't choose but won't flee. Ready to confront a legacy that tried to erase her in a room where truth might finally speak. The air in Denver's sleek downtown conference room feels thick with hostility as Ava Mitchell, 38, sits at the edge of a polished mahogany table, her son Lucas, 10, beside her, his small hand warm in hers. Her sister Laura, commanding the room in a tailored navy suit, her red lipstick sharp as a blade, leans forward with a venomous smile. "Dad cut you out, Ava. You're nothing to him." The words land like a slap, echoed by Uncle George's gravelly chuckle, his cigar smoke curling as he mutters, "She's a quitter, always was." Ava's journal, tucked in her purse, holds a silver charm engraved, "Stand Tall," from her late mother, a sketch of Henry Mitchell's mountain cabin captioned "Forever," and a hidden note in the sketch, "For Ava," discovered after years of oversight. The note, in Henry's jagged handwriting, is a faint spark against the family's disdain. Cousins, old neighbors, and family friends nodding in agreement, their eyes cold as Denver's winter peaks. Edward Hayes, the lawyer, begins reading Henry's will, his voice steady. "To my daughter Laura, the Cherry Hills mansion and its contents." Laura's lips twitch, smug. "To my brother George, the Vale Mountain retreat and business shares." George's cigar glows, his smirk wide. "To my nephew Ethan, the art collection." Ethan, who once mocked Ava's designs, grins. Then the blow. "My daughter Ava receives no portion of this estate." Laura's soft scoff cuts through. "Told you!" her voice dripping with triumph, while George shakes his head. "She abandoned her own father." The room's whispers, cousins murmuring, friends averting eyes, build a wall around Ava, her throat tight, the charm's inscription her only shield. Lucas sits quietly, his backpack at his feet, his calm gaze scanning the room, as if memorizing each face. Ava's heart burns, the journal's "For Ava" note, a fragile hope against the family's narrative. She fled, she failed, she's erased. Denver's skyline, visible through tall windows, glints like a distant promise, but Ava feels the weight of 8 years of exile, leaving an abusive marriage, raising Lucas alone, building a life as a graphic designer while Laura painted her as a traitor. Her mother's charm, rubbed smooth by worry, grounds her as Edward's words fade, the will's finality sinking in. But a chance encounter shifts the tide. At a low-dough cafe where Ava freelances, Mia, a barista with a knack for overhearing, pulls her aside after a shift. "I was at your dad's mansion, serving coffee for Laura's meeting. She laughed about a video Henry made, said it's buried where no one'll find it." Mia's eyes are kind but urgent. "It sounded important, Ava." The tip jolts Ava, her journal's cabin sketch flashing in her mind. Henry's note, the video, a secret Lucas might hold. Lucas's steady presence, his hand still in hers, contrasts the family's scorn. Laura's navy suit, a symbol of her control, and George's cigar, a prop for his arrogance, loom large, their words, "Nothing, quitter," echoing Henry's rejection when Ava left her marriage. The journal logs those years, Laura's saintly act as Henry's caretaker, George's loyalty to Henry's family first code, and the cousins who shunned her at reunions. Denver's Rockies, towering beyond the city, whisper endurance, but Ava's hope phrase, the charm's "Stand Tall," a quiet call to fight. Mia's tip about the video, hidden in a book Lucas loved, sparks a memory. Lucas's visits to Henry, their shared stories. The journal's "For Ava" note, tucked in the sketch, feels like a clue. Henry's handwriting, a bridge to a truth he couldn't speak alive. Laura's gloating, George's smirks, and the family's nods build a narrative Ava's determined to shatter. Lucas's backpack, unassuming, hides a secret he's yet to reveal. His calm, unnerving, yet anchoring. Ava's pulse races, the conference room's sterile light harsh, but Denver's urban pulse hums outside, a city of reinvention. The charm's inscription glows in her mind, a vow to endure, not break. Laura's final jab, "You're wasting your time," and George's laugh sting. But Lucas's steady gaze and Mia's warning light a path. The journal's sketch, a map of lost love, now holds a promise. Ava's fight brewing in a room meant to bury her, in a city where truth can rise like mountains. In Denver's vibrant Rhino Arts District, Ava Mitchell, 38, sits in her cozy apartment, surrounded by her sketches and the hum of a city that thrives on reinvention, grappling with the sting of her erasure from her father Henry Mitchell's will. Her journal, a lifeline, holds a silver charm engraved "Stand Tall" from her late mother. A sketch of Henry's mountain cabin captioned "Forever" with a hidden "For Ava" note in his handwriting, and the weight of her family's scorn. Laura's icy claim that Ava was nothing to Henry, Uncle George's cigar-fueled taunts of her as a quitter, and the cousin's silent nods at the will reading. The lawyer Edward Hayes's words, "Ava receives no portion," echo, but a tip from Mia, a barista at Ava's Low-Dough Cafe, ignites hope. Laura mocked a video Henry made, hidden to keep Ava erased. Ava's journal logs the clue. The stand tall charm grounding her as she seeks answers. She visits Mrs. Clara, Henry's old neighbor in Wash Park, whose porch smells of lilacs. Clara, eyes soft, reveals Henry's regret. "He kept your childhood art in his study, Ava. Spoke of you to Lucas when they read together." Clara shares that Lucas, 10, visited Henry alone, the two bonding over books, one hiding a letter. Ava's heart races. Lucas mentioned reading The Secret Garden with Henry. Back home, she finds the worn book on Lucas's shelf, its pages soft from use, and inside, a sealed letter from Henry. "For Ava, if they fight you," USB in the spine. Tucked in the binding is a small USB drive. Henry's jagged script on a note. "Play if it gets ugly." Lucas, sitting cross-legged, confesses, "Grandpa gave it to me last summer when you were working. Said to wait until they were mean to you." The revelation stuns Ava. The letter hints at a revised will, sparked by Lucas's visit, where Henry saw Ava's strength through her son's eyes. Ava's journal captures the moment, sketching the book's cover, its faded garden gate, a symbol of hidden truth. The letter includes a doodle of Ava's childhood art, a mountain scene Henry once framed, proof of his quiet pride. Denver's Rockies, visible from her window, stand firm, mirroring her resolve to confront Laura's navy-suited control and George's arrogant smirks. Mia, meeting Ava at a Rhino mural wall, confirms Laura's scheming. She bragged at Henry's mansion about burying the video, said it'd ruin her plans. Mia's overheard details, Laura's meeting with cousins to divide assets, cement Ava's determination. The journal's "For Ava" note, paired with the letter's doodle, feels like Henry's voice, silenced in life, but now stirring. Ava's years of exile, fleeing abuse, raising Lucas alone, building a graphic design career, were dismissed by Laura's saintly act and George's loyalty to Henry's family-first code. The charm's inscription, "Stand Tall," glows under her lamp, a call to fight, not flee. Lucas's courage, carrying the USB for months, humbles Ava, his quiet wisdom a contrast to the family's venom. She recalls Laura's funeral jab, "You don't belong," and George's laugh, but the letter's words, "If they fight you," arm her. Ava's sister's warning years ago, "They'll never see you," fades against Lucas's faith and Clara's insight. The USB, small but heavy, holds Henry's truth, a secret he entrusted to a child who saw Ava's worth. Denver's art-soaked streets pulse with possibility, but Ava feels the weight of the reading, where Laura's red lipstick and George's cigar will frame their victory. The journal's sketch, once a symbol of lost love, now maps a reckoning. The book's cover, a door to justice. Mia's loyalty, Clara's memories, and Lucas's steady hand form Ava's shield. The letter's mountain doodle ties her past to her fight. Henry's regret, a bridge she never expected. As Ava tucks the USB in her purse, Denver's skyline glimmers, a city of second chances, and she senses a shift. The charm's inscription, catching the light, is a vow to stand tall. Her journal, a chronicle of a truth waiting to break free, ready to rewrite a legacy in a room meant to erase her, in a city where courage climbs like mountains. Denver's golden hour casts a warm glow over Wash Park as Ava Mitchell, 38, sits on a bench, her journal open, its silver charm engraved, "Stand Tall," catching the light, her sketch of Henry Mitchell's mountain cabin captioned "Forever" and a hidden "For Ava" note, anchoring her resolve. Tucked inside, a letter from Henry found in Lucas's copy of The Secret Garden, and a USB labeled "Ava's Truth" hold the key to upending her family's scorn at the will reading. The letter, with a doodle of Ava's childhood mountain art, reveals Henry's regret and a revised will restoring Ava's share. Entrusted to Lucas, 10, who says, "Grandpa told me to wait until they're mean." Laura's navy-suited gloating, Ava's nothing, and Uncle George's cigar-fueled taunts, "She's a quitter," burn in Ava's mind, but Mia's tip about Laura hiding the video fuels her fight. Ava meets Mia at the park, the barista's voice urgent. Laura bragged at Henry's mansion about burying the video to keep the estate. She thinks it's gone. Mia's overheard details, Laura's plans to redecorate the mansion, confirm her scheming. Ava's journal logs the exchange, sketching Lucas's brave smile, his courage a beacon. Determined, Ava visits Sarah Klein, a sharp-eyed lawyer in Lodo, recommended by a design client. Sarah reviews the letter and USB, nodding. If the video's authenticated, it's legally binding. Henry's intent is clear. She advises presenting it at the reading, with Mia as a witness to Laura's suppression attempt. "Get Lucas ready to speak," Sarah adds. "His delivery will shake them." Back home, Ava rehearses with Lucas, his small voice steady. "You forgot Grandpa's video." They practice handing Edward Hayes the USB, Lucas's calm contrasting Ava's racing pulse. The journal's "For Ava" note and the letter's mountain doodle, a replica of Ava's childhood art, Henry framed, tie her past to this moment, proving his pride. Denver's skyline, piercing the dusk, glows like a promise of truth, but Laura's red lipstick, George's cigar, and the cousin's cold nods loom. Ava's 8 years of exile, fleeing an abusive marriage, raising Lucas as a graphic designer, were twisted by Laura's saintly narrative and George's loyalty to Henry's family-first code. The charm's "Stand Tall" inscription, warm from her touch, counters their erasure, a vow to fight. Mia agrees to attend the reading. Her cafe shifts rearranged, ready to confirm Laura's gloating. Sarah prepares a notarized affidavit of the USB's origin, ensuring its weight. Ava's journal sketches the plan. Lucas's line, Mia's testimony, Edward's role. Its pages a map of redemption. The book's cover doodle, a garden gate, symbolizes a truth unlocked, while the letter's art ties Henry's regret to Ava's resilience. Ava recalls Laura's funeral jab, "You don't belong," and George's laugh, but Lucas's faith, Mia's loyalty, and Sarah's expertise form her armor. The USB, small but heavy, holds Henry's voice, a secret he trusted to a child who saw Ava's worth. Ava's sister's warning, "They'll never see you," fades against Clara's memory of Henry's study, where he kept Ava's art. Denver's Rockies, steady beyond the city, mirror her resolve. But the reading's weight presses. Laura's control, George's arrogance, the family's disdain. Ava secures a backup USB copy, Sarah's advice echoing, "They'll fight dirty." Lucas's rehearsal, his hand steady as he mimics passing the drive, humbles Ava, his wisdom a contrast to the family's venom. The journal's "Forever" sketch, once a lost dream, now frames a fight. The charm's inscription, a call to stand tall. Mia's final text, make Laura squirm, sharpens Ava's focus. As Ava tucks the USB in her purse, Denver's urban pulse hums, a city of second chances, and she feels the tide turning. The letters Mountain Doodle, a nod to her childhood, fuels her purpose. Henry saw her, even if late. Laura's scheming, George's taunts, and the cousin's silence wait. But Ava's ready, her journal and charm her weapons, Lucas's courage her strength. The reading looms, a room meant to erase her, but Denver's skyline whispers of truth, the stand tall inscription, a vow to rewrite Henry's legacy, note by note, in a city where courage rises like mountains. Denver's downtown conference room pulses with tension as lawyer Edward Hayes reads Henry Mitchell's will, his voice steady, sealing Ava Mitchell's 38 exclusion. My daughter Ava receives no portion. Laura, in her navy suit, smirks, her red lipstick sharp, whispering, she's nothing, while Uncle George's cigar smoke curls, his laugh low. She quit on him. Ava's journal, tucked in her purse, holds a silver charm engraved, Stand Tall, a mountain cabin sketch captioned Forever with a hidden For Ava note, a secret garden book cover doodle, and a letter from Henry with a childhood mountain art doodle. A USB labeled Ava's Truth, found in the book, is her weapon, its note in Henry's script, for the lawyer if it gets ugly, a lifeline. As Laura's scoff echoes and George's smirk widens, Lucas, 10, stands, his voice clear and unshakable. You forgot Grandpa's video. He hands Edward the USB, the room freezing. Laura's eyes narrow, George's cigar pauses. Cousins gasp. Edward, scanning Henry's note, nods. It's authenticated. I'm bound to play it. He plugs the USB into his laptop, the screen flickering to life. Henry appears, frail in a gray cardigan, holding Ava's childhood mountain drawing, his voice soft. Hi, Ava. If you're seeing this, I'm gone. And things got ugly. I was wrong. I believed Laura's lies, George's pride, shut you out when you left that marriage. Ava's breath catches, the charm's inscription grounding her. You protected Lucas, showed strength I lacked. I met him last summer, and he said, Mom's my safe place. I saw you through him. Laura shifts, pale. Her suit no longer armor. Henry's voice cracks. I changed the will. The Cherry Hills mansion. My savings. Lucas's college fund. They're yours, Ava. You earned it. Living through our silence. He holds up the drawing. I kept this. Always proud of you. His eyes glisten. I love you, Ava. Take care of Lucas. He's braver than us all. The screen fades, a holy silence blanketing the room. Ava's tears fall, her hand over her mouth, the journal's mountain doodle tying Henry's love to her triumph. Laura's face drains, her bag clutched as she storms out, her husband trailing, muttering. George's cigar drops, his jaw tight, no words left. Cousins avert eyes, some nodding faintly. Respect or shame. Ava can't tell. Edward closes his laptop, voice soft. The revised will stands. Mia, the barista in the corner, winks, her testimony ready if Laura fights. Denver's Rockies, visible through the window, stand tall, mirroring Ava's victory. The charm's stand tall inscription and the journal's For Ava note pulse with truth. Lucas's courage the spark that ignited Henry's voice. Ava recalls Laura's gloating, we buried that video, and George's taunts, now dust against Henry's words. I'm proud of you. The letters Mountain Doodle, sketched in Henry's hand, bridges 8 years of exile, fleeing abuse, raising Lucas, building a design career despite Laura's saintly narrative, and George's family-first code. Lucas's hand slips into hers, his small smile steady, as if he knew the truth would win. The journal's book cover doodle, a garden gate, symbolizes a door unlocked. Henry's regret now a legacy rewritten. Ava's heart aches. Love, grief, relief. Her mother's charm, a vow fulfilled. Laura's exit, George's silence, Money's, and the cousins' retreat, mark a reckoning Ava didn't foresee. Edward's nod confirms the mansion, and savings are hers. Lucas's future secure. Denver's skyline glints, a city of second chances, and Ava feels whole, not erased. The USB, small but mighty, carried Henry's truth through a child's faith, dismantling Laura's control and George's arrogance. Ava kisses Lucas's forehead, whispering, "You're my hero." The journal's forever sketch, once a lost dream, now frames a victory. The mountain art, a testament to Henry's hidden love. Laura's navy suit, George's cigar, and the family's scorn fade, their narrative shattered. Denver's urban pulse hums. Ava's tears a release, not defeat. The charm's inscription, glowing in her mind, is a call answered. Her journal, a chronicle of a fight won, note by note, in a room meant to bury her. In a city where truth rises like mountains to rewrite legacies with courage and love. 2 years later, Ava Mitchell, 40, stands in the sunlit kitchen of Henry Mitchell's Cherry Hills mansion, now her home, her graphic design firm, Peak Pulse Studio, thriving in Denver's Rhino District, mentoring young artists whose bold murals echo her own journey. Her son Lucas, 12, bounds in, his backpack slung over one shoulder, his college fund secure from Henry's revised will, his laughter filling the space where silence once reigned. Ava's journal, displayed on a sleek oak shelf, holds a silver charm engraved, "Stand Tall," from her late mother. A mountain cabin sketch captioned "Forever" with a hidden "For Ava" note, a secret garden book cover doodle, and a letter from Henry with a childhood mountain art doodle. Its pages a testament to a fight won. The USB video, labeled Ava's Truth, revealed at the will reading, upended Laura's navy-suited control and Uncle George's cigar-fueled scorn. Henry's voice, frail but resolute, declaring, "I was wrong, Ava. The mansion, savings, Lucas's fund, they're yours." Laura's stunned exit, George's dropped cigar, and the cousins' silence marked their defeat. The video's truth reshaping a family narrative that painted Ava as a quitter. A Denver Post feature hails Ava as a creative visionary, crediting Lucas's courage for unlocking Henry's regret. The story trending on local blogs, Laura's buried video a scandal. Mia, the barista who exposed Laura's scheming, now a close friend, sends a mountain-shaped mug, its design mirroring the journal's childhood art doodle, a nod to their shared victory. Ava's family, once distant after her abusive marriage, visits Lucas, their warmth mending old wounds. The mountain grant, named for Henry's doodle, funds a teen artist, Sophia, whose downtown mural, a vibrant Rockies scene, hides "Stand Tall" in its brushstrokes, tying it to Ava's charm. Denver's skyline glows, a canvas of reinvention, and Ava's studio buzzes, its campaigns lauded in Fast Company for their grit. Lessons radiate. Truth heals betrayal's scars. Courage rewrites legacies. Love outlasts silence. The charm's "Stand Tall" inscription, catching morning light, anchors Ava's purpose. Laura's silence, her Cherry Hills socialite status tarnished, contrasts Ava's rise, George's retreat from Denver's elite, a quiet surrender. Lucas, now a budding artist, sketches beside Ava, his trust in Henry's USB a spark that changed everything. The journal's forever sketch, once a lost dream, now frames a home filled with laughter, the book cover doodle a symbol of truth unlocked. Ava's evenings, once spent in solitude, now hum with dinners alongside Mia and Lucas, Sophia joining to share mural plans. The mountain grant grows, Sophia's mural aiding a youth art program. Its "Stand Tall" nod a tribute to Ava's resilience. Henry's video words, "I'm proud of you, Ava. I love you," echo, a balm for 8 years of exile, fleeing abuse, and raising Lucas as a designer, despite Laura's saintly narrative and George's family-first code. Ava's journal logs a new chapter, a TechCrunch feature on her mentorship, Lucas's school art prize, Mia's cafe thriving. The mountain art doodle, Henry holding it in the video, ties Ava's childhood to her legacy, his regret a bridge rebuilt. Denver's Rockies, steady beyond the city, mirror Ava's strength. Her tears at the reading, now a distant release. Lucas's courage, handing Edward the USB, remains her pride. His small smile then a promise kept. The charm's inscription, glowing under skylights, is a vow fulfilled. Ava's firm, a beacon for those erased. Laura's final email, "You didn't deserve it," goes unanswered, a relic of a broken narrative. Sophia's mural, unveiled at a city event, draws crowds, its hidden message Ava's quiet triumph. The journal's Ava's Truth USB note, paired with the letter's doodle, marks a legacy restored, not stolen. Denver's urban pulse, vibrant beyond the mansion's windows, embraces Ava as a symbol of second chances. If this story stirred you, like, share, and comment. Who sparked your courage? Subscribe and hit the bell for tales of grit and glory. Because in Denver's heart, a bold truth can rebuild empires. Ava's journal, once a ledger of pain, now chronicles love. Lucas's sketches beside it. The stand-tall charm, a light that guided her home, note by note, in a city where resilience rises like mountains to rewrite legacies with truth and heart.